One of the very best onsen experiences is out here over the great rustic expanses of Yamanashi, Japan. Come along to my favorite prefecture and relish with me the rural landscapes tucked between the mighty mountains under the ever-watchful gaze of Mount Fuji. Against this backdrop, discover with us a rustic onsen experience like no other, experienced through a freezing night in a lonely tent beneath the stars. Day 1 began at Yamanashishi train station, from which we stepped out into a bright and peaceful town, with a unique monument standing at the station front and mountains visible in the distance. It's a chilly morning. My fingers are still kind of numb, but it's very sunny now, so temperatures should be going up slowly. There's a special local dish that we wanted to eat before hiking, but the restaurant wasn't open yet, so we had to kill some time exploring the town area. So this is just a random garden that we are hanging out at while waiting for the restaurant to open. There is a statue of a guy named Nezu Kaichiro here, who apparently is, among other things, once the president of Tobu Railways. So there are a number of animal enclosures here, just here randomly in the park. After spending some time here, it was time for brunch. Okay, we're heading to the restaurant now. Google says it should be open, so whenever I'm in Yamanashi, a local delicacy I like to eat is something called hoto, which is a hearty dish of flat noodles cooked in a hot pumpkin and miso stew. The one here is even served with a unique ingredient. So on top of being hoto, this has wild boar meat in it. Wild boar has a chewy texture, kind of like beef, but without the flavor of beef. Quite good. Interestingly, it's only available when they manage to hunt it, so I guess this is really wild game. Ooh, okay, that was very delicious. Now we will undertake the mini hike up the hill to the campsite and the onsen. Oh man, this is awesome. You're looking at this. This is the quintessential Yamanashi look that I love. I did say it was a hike, but it was an unusual one for sure. Instead of the usual nature trails, we're basically walking the rural roads leading up the mountain, in the midst of the local fields and farmhouses. So this whole mountainside thing is full of these, I think they are grapes, vineyards. So we're just kind of walking through these plantations. As we gain elevation, we came upon a lookout point, very quaintly called the Lookout Point with no name. We paused here to take in the iconic landscape of Yamanashi all around us. up to the Gardens by the Bay, Singapore. This is Phu Ky Park, and we are kind of taking a break here. It's this nice little park that is halfway up the mountain, and this square that we're resting at here, it's got this really epic view. There's Mount Fuji somewhere at the back there as well. Pretty nice. So this is inside one of the greenhouse-like structures, but I'm pretty sure this is not a greenhouse. There are no plants in here. There's a cafe up there, and over here there's some posters and stuff of the, I think, anime series that have featured this location before. So this is a raisin sandwich that is tea flavored, I think. Does it taste like tea? In a good way? Oh, okay. So these giant structures, I keep thinking that they are like greenhouses and stuff because they really look like greenhouses, but it looks like this one houses some sort of playground in it. It's really more of a fruit agricultural park where children and visitors can enjoy themed activities and have a snack, even buy souvenirs. That's a go-kart track. 1,500 yen for 5 rounds apparently. We kept hiking, and the buildings grew sparser as we got higher. Up ahead against the mountainside was a large field of solar panels. Getting some really nice golden hour light now. It's beautiful. Just a little bit more to the campsite. We finally arrived at the camping grounds and walked up to the rustic reception hut to get checked in. The hut was decorated with all sorts of cool trinkets, and they even have souvenirs like t-shirts for sale. Alright, so we just checked in. We got our firewood and we got the takibidai fire platform because they can't have a fire on the floor here, so we rented that and we're heading to the site now. It's a beautiful evening. While not exactly a mountain summit, the camping grounds are spread across a highland area about 700 meters up. The grounds are surprisingly large and popular for being this remote, and offers a phenomenal, far-reaching view of the Kofu Basin below. Okay, so this is our tent site. It's got a really nice view, and you may notice a lot of automobiles. There are no buses or public transport that you can take up here. You either have to hike up here like we did, and then there's quite a bit of a hike, or you drive. Most campers unsurprisingly drive in with big and sophisticated setups, but we were limited to the light gear we could hoist on our backs. Still, a shelter's a shelter, and we lost little time setting ours up in the evening light. The sun sank below the mountains, and the violet hue of dusk drew across the lands as we settled in and enjoyed our well-earned rest.
That actually looks really good. Now you look kind of like Dracula.
We passed the time with snacks and some nice hot tea. But as the valley lit up with the glow of the towns below, it was finally time for the main event.
Okay, so before dinner we're gonna go hit up the onsen. Onsen bath is over there. This, by the way, is one of my top favorite onsen baths because it basically overlooks the valley and you see this river of lights in the bath. It is amazing. It feels like it's like 9 now, but it's actually only 6 plus.
The onsen facility lies immediately adjacent to the camping grounds, a collection of warmly lit, rustic wooden buildings that exudes this indescribable rural charm.
Very kind of rustic sort of facility, but also it looks very nice. It's the kind of place that the Japanese would call oshare. We're gonna head to the bath now, so the camera's off. Talk to you later.
It is as vexing as it is obvious that I cannot show you what we saw inside. Just some pictures from online. But it should begin to give you an idea of the magic. Imagine the lonely cold of a mountain in winter, tempered by the warmth of comforting spring waters. And through the golden steam, the lights of the valley run like a radiant river below. And above, innumerable stars. An experience to move one's very soul.
Alright, that was a fantastic bath. There's a lot of stars tonight. So you can see stars above and you can see the river of lights in the valley below. It is exquisite.
We took a rest in one of the wooden buildings after our bath, where it was so warm and cozy you could easily fall asleep. A chilled milky beverage is a common post-bath drink, and to go with it, we also bought some of the place's signature snack. So this is ontama age, which is deep-fried onsen tamago, onsen egg. So the awesome thing about these is that even though they are deep fried on the outside, the yolk is completely liquid. So, oh yeah. These are delectable, not to be missed.
This is so good. Okay, fantastic. We are heading back to the campsite now. We still need to prepare dinner.
Step 1, of course, is to get a fire going. For starters, we boiled some water to make some simple ramen, pasta and sausages.
that's good.
And then it was time for the main course.
For the final item of the dinner, we will be having some of this. Can you see that? That's some nice marbled meat right there. We're gonna be trying to sear these and hopefully actually make something delicious. I'm gonna season this. Can you see that? Still looks good. Not the perfect sear, but look at all that juice. Oh, that's really good. Oh, that's... oh, yeah. Wagyu steak. Under the stars. That's what this is all about. Take that and put it there. Then you can sit here instead. Oh shit.
Done.
Alright, good night.
Good night.
Looking cozy in there.
It's very cold. Okay, good night.
Right. In the tent now. It is feeling nice and cozy for the moment. It's apparently 0 degrees now. Forecast says it'll get as low as -2 tonight, but I was expecting like -5, so -2 is probably quite manageable, fingers crossed. So gonna get into my sleeping bag and hope to have a comfortable night. See you in the morning.
I poked my head out of the tent, still half wrapped in my sleeping bag, and saw the world gently lit by the dawn.
Look at that. That's semi-frozen in there. It is quite cold.
As I made some hot tea to stave away the cold, the morning sun broke over the horizon, bathing us in a faint but welcome warmth.
Warm drink. Right, it's a beautiful morning. The sun has risen. It is very cold. So we are headed for a morning dip to combat that cold and to watch this beautiful scene play out before us while inside a tub of steaming hot water.
Walking over to the onsen facility again, we saw that there were already cars parked around it.
Okay, latest.
After warming up nicely in the bath, we tried going for more ontama age, but sadly, they don't quite open this early. So we simply headed back to camp. Deprived of onsen eggs, we made some cup ramen instead and ate them contentedly in the crisp morning air, admiring the view from our campsite a little while longer. We checked out with the friendly folks at the hut, who even offered to drive us down in the truck. But well, we decided to hike after all. It was a peaceful stroll back to the station, surrounded by the same tranquil rural atmosphere. On the way down, we stopped again at that one nameless lookout point, where we discovered a guest book with little notes from various people who have enjoyed the view here.
Somebody wrote, イケメン彼氏とこの夜景を見られますように, which is like, I wish to be able to see the beautiful night view here with a handsome boyfriend. So, best of luck to her. By the way, you want to know why camping in Japan is awesome? Take a look at this. Facilities, man. So apparently this is spring water, so I'm gonna get some and have a taste. From 200 meters below ground.